in a row win streak in 2 days. And then I got an email from one of your family members, the Super Easy family members, Mr. Michael. And he said that he has 3 monitors set up for himself, and he said he has the win streak in 2. Okay, so we are connected there. Thank you very much. So let me swing this on over here. So he said it was straight fire, that strategy. Now he liked doing
Shut the door, baby girl.
he liked doing the 5:30, the 6:30, I'm sorry, hold on one second. The 35 strategy, which means you go to the 30, if you get an alert on the 5-minute, then you check the 30 for the trend to make sure they match, or you can just wait for the 30-minute and do the 5-minute match, whichever way floats your boat. But the 35 is the combination of the 5-minute and the 30-minute being in sync. I tested that out, and I also tested out the 115, which means I'm using the 15-minute for an entry. So I got my ocean wave scanner on the 15-minute. And then when the alert comes out on the 15-minute, I go and check the 1 hour to see if there's a match. And when I did that, I had phenomenal results as well. So either way it goes, just dabble with it. But he wanted to share his happiness with you guys and said, please tell them to turn that scanner on the 30-minute and check the 5-minute. He said it's a beast. Well, I've been trying to tell y'all that. All right. So anyway, I did post a video this morning on YouTube of 7 trades that I took yesterday. And real quickly, for those who are doing the 30-minute arrow, let me share this real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our special guest. We got a lot to cover for you guys. And I got a blessing for a few of you guys who are tuning in. Let me share my screen real quick. Right, so let's go here. And as you can see here, and for the copycat group, let me say our numbers real quick for that as well. Give me 1 second. Okay, for the CC group members, you should be pretty happy. We are at 218 pips for the group. There was one trade that I lost, which was, and I'll show you that one, which is on Euro AUD, but I was actually correct. I was just a little bit too early. But if you had taken the arrow on the 30-minute, you would have got in way sooner than I did. So I'm currently up on this position, and this is just on one of the accounts for the class. Why I have my account, then I have the class account, because sometimes I want to show you guys proof of concept. So what we have been talking about is the 30-minute arrow. So if you would have took the 30-minute arrow on this pair alone, and I let this run, that's 168 pips. But I'll show you why it would have been more. It actually would have been about 40 more pips. So this would have been about 200 pips already, because I got in late on this one off the 1 hour arrow. And you can see my entry is right there. But had you did the 30-minute arrow, you would have had twice as much. And that's just one trade running. And then I got one more running, which is, give me 1 second. I think it's, let me see. Into the cab pairs was working fine. Let's see, this one was GBP. Oh, USD. Here's this one. Let's see, that was Euro USD. And you can see that one worked this morning. So the arrow came out on the 30-minute, and there you go. Or the 1 hour, either way. Now, last but not least, and then we'll get straight into the show today. Euro AUD, I was correct on this one. All right, I was 100% correct on this, and I knew this was supposed to go. Got in a little bit too early. Took us out a bit, but then guess what? Boom, it shot up, and there you go. But guess what I did? Suckered them. Y'all got me. I got you. See? Boom. 415er. Got them this morning, and there you go. All right, so that's how you play that. All right, you guys, enough of that. Let's go ahead and stop this, and let's get into today's show. Miss Jenny, are you ready?
I am. Happy Wednesday, Uncle P.
Happy Wednesday to you, dear. Happy Wednesday. All right, so for these guys, I have told you guys while Jenny was out and enjoying the sailing seas and things like that, Donna and I have been working behind the scenes for setting up this test pilot group. It was free, don't cost anything. We've been reaching out to people, helping to get you set up for with the copier for the trial period for the indices. Now, everybody who's in here today, I'm going to open up a few more slots. Once I say go, then I'll tell you what you need to send, and you need to do it immediately then. And I'll tell you how many we'll open it up for, but that will be towards the end of this quick interview. And again, she has to go. So we're going to get to some questions, and then I'll tell you when to go ahead and do it. And then we'll accept a few more people in. Okay. If you guys are okay with that, please type a number 10 in the box so I can know that you guys are hearing me and that everything is copacetic. Okay. Please type a 10 in the box. No 10s, I ain't letting no more in. Okay, I'm seeing them 10s. Good. All right. So, Miss Jenny, do you want to I wanted to go over the questions that were sent in, or do you want to start with your points first? Which way you want to go, dear?
I think what you had talked about doing was let's start with the questions and then I'll answer anything that wasn't brought up and then we can have anybody who has any further questions come out and see what they have to say.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, let's stick to what we had talked about. All right, cool, cool, cool. And I see somebody got a hand up already. Miss Liz, hold that question. We'll get to you. Okay. All right. So the first question that came in, and let me just for those who are new, maybe this is your first time here. Welcome to Super Easy. And for those who's on YouTube who will be watching it now or later on, welcome, welcome, welcome. So what we were doing, what we're going to do, we're going to expand the copycat group. Again, we're already up 218 pips for the copycat members on the Forex trading side. 218 pips already. Okay. Now we're going to expand and add an additional service, which is what we're considering, and that's for trading the indices. Okay. And so that's the reason why we have Ms. Jenny on and why we're having a test pilot group of a several number of people where you'll be trying out the scanners. Trying out the copier of Ms. Jenny's trades for 2 weeks. No cost to you. No put a card up, open, none of that. Just was supposed to let us know, hey, I want to participate. You're supposed to send your name. You're supposed to send an email, send it from an email that we can follow up with you on. And you're supposed to say whether you were using an MT4 or MT5 and along with your broker account numbers. That was it. Okay. So today from last week, we actually had a bunch of questions that came in, and that's what we're about to go over right now. Okay. So that's to get everybody caught up. All right. So let's get to it. Number one, which broker will Jenny be using or recommend? Jenny, what recommended broker? I have a list of brokers, but let's talk about your recommended brokers.
Okay, this is super important when it comes to indices, you guys. We will be sending out an email with 2 links in there. So my first choice is going to be Plexi. My second will be N1C. Honestly, you're free to use. First off, we have to start with saying you're free to use whatever broker you choose. However, you're responsible for knowing how they contract size the indices, which is hugely different, and also how they margin those indices, like how much leverage you're going to have. Because some brokers, you have the full amount of leverage. Like for example, with Plexi, you have 2001 because of the way they micro and the way they contract that size of an instrument. Whereas with other ones, not only do you have less leverage, you have like I think it's 200 to 1 on most of them. And
Yep.
the lot size is huge. So you have to know that. And that's not going to be Super Easy's job. That's not going to be my job. You have to know they're coming to the table, but we will send out a link with 2 particular brokers as well as some backup brokers that will be in the email that you guys get.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Question number 2. What's the lowest leverage for brokers that should be used?
Goes back to the broker, because the brokers, some brokers also micro or mini, their contract sizes. So, and then they have different leverage for indices. So that again goes back to the broker. I always say, and I think you do the same thing, Uncle P, you're always going with the highest possible leverage when available. Doesn't mean you have to use it, but you want it there in case.
Yes, I'd always say that. Always go for the highest leverage. Right?
Mhm.
Good. Number 3. How much should we start with to fund our account without risking or blowing it?
That's again going to lean back to the broker. So if you're using a traditional broker, if you're using something like CoinEx, you need 10,000. And if you're coming to the table with less than that, this is not for you. The things we run this US 30 copier on is big amounts of money. They're for investors. It's for serious people. If you're coming to the table with less than that, you can use obviously stuff like Plexi, stuff like N1C, or any other broker that micros the lot size, in which case 1,000, 2,000, but test it and demo test it first for 30 days. I know people think, well, I'm costing money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend my money and then just demo it. You're doing this for the long haul. So for the love of God, demo, get an idea of how many positions can be open, how that affects your margin, your leverage, and know if you can handle it and how you're going to mitigate the risk and make your own decision from there.
So let me ask you this. So just to follow up on that. So if they're using I know I use CoinEx, I've been using them for a long time, and I know they use a standard lot, but their standard lot is it's not like a normal standard lot when you're trading indices. It's more like a mini lot, like a 0.10. That's the way theirs work. They don't offer a 0.01. But with Plexi, I know they offer up to a 2,000 leverage. And so therefore a person can start with as little as $1,000 with a little bit more leverage, but they still want to be careful on their lot size, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. So the reason I bring that up is because as soon as somebody say, well, I don't have 10,000. So I guess that, no, you don't. That's with some brokers who offer very little leverage, like zero to, I think like 50 leverage, like a Wanda and some of those, US broker, whatever. But I know Plexi offer a whole lot more leverage. So you can use a smaller amount. So there you go. And like you said, and I do agree, start with a demo account because guys, we got to remember whether you want to start live, maybe you have money, maybe you don't. I don't know. But either way it goes, if you're participating in this 2-week trial period, which again, it costs you absolutely nothing. We're not charging you anything. We just want feedback from you guys after the 2-week period to see if you like it or not. And then we'll go from there and make our decision about launching and stuff like that. So the point is you can actually start with a live account. Just start with a live account with $1,000, use the smallest lot size. And then from there, when these trades are coming in, you'll be able to judge for yourself whether the broker amount, because again, like I said, with CoinEx, yes, they start you with a standard lot, but their standard lot is not a typical standard lot. So you got to play around with that with your broker. So I agree with you, Ms. Jenny. Put it on a demo account. And during this 2-week trial period, if you're experiencing things and you like it better on one broker versus the other, just let us know and we can easily switch those accounts out. Just send the email to the license department, say, hey, I think I like to continue my trial on this broker versus this one. Or as I said before, you can do it up to 2 different brokers. So why don't you choose 2 different brokers and run it on 2 different broker accounts at the same time and see which one works best for you. Okay.
That's
All right.
actually good advice.
Yeah, I think that would be best. And therefore, during this trial period, like I said, we're not charging you anything. We're not even asking for a card on file. You don't have to fill out anything. Just let us know, hey, I want to participate in this trial period. Run it on 2 different broker accounts at the same time. And then from there, during this trial period, if you like it, like the service, but one broker is treating you better than the other, then okay. If you decide, once we launch, if you decide you want to participate, you already know which broker to start with, and you already will know exactly what amount that feels comfortable for you. If everybody understood that, type of 25 in the box so I can get some response and make sure you guys understood that before we move forward. Okay. All right, very good, very good. All right, cool. All right. By the way, just a little side note, because they did reach out to me, I just haven't partnered with them like they asked me to do. And that's Prop Firm Match, which I love their website. It's an amazing website. They did say, hey, they want me to work with them, but I've stuck to my stance. I've been contacted by so many people over the years who want me to work with them. I have never agreed to do so. And so I just stuck to my guns on this one. But I'm telling you, I really do like them, though. And one of the things they actually have is when you're selecting brokers, because some people always ask, well, can I use it on a prop firm account? Maybe I personally don't have $1,000, but if I have a prop firm account, I got more than enough. The answer is yes. And some of these brokers do allow copy trading and EAs and all that stuff. So on there, you can check the brokers that allows that, and then you can actually open a prop firm account. And then guess what? $10,000 account ain't that big of a deal no more. $1,000 account ain't that big of a deal. So I don't want you disqualifying yourself thinking that, well, I don't have $1,000, I don't have $10,000. You can use a prop firm account. You can use OPM, other people's money. Okay. If everybody understood that, type 100 in the box. I want to make sure you guys are following before we get to the next question. Okay. There's always a way. You just got to think it through. Okay. Think it through. And they do have prop firm diagnostics that let you know which ones allow for copy trading, which ones allow for EAs and this and that. So you can actually check that out. And then whichever prop firm, if you want to use somebody else's money, then you can do that as well. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next one. All right. So which indices will be copied, Jenny?
This particularly will only be the US 30. That's it.
Yeah.
The most expensive, the biggest, one that eats the most of your leverage, the biggest one. So that's the one we're going to be doing here.
Okay, very good. And by the way, like I was telling Ms. Jenny, I do have another person who trades the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. We may bring them on board later on, but for now, we just want to stick with Miss Jenny's US 30 because that will be the most profitable and the fastest for you guys. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next one. We already covered basically, and Jenny, you did a great job of this question. What lot size should we start with? We already covered that. And the next question is, well, actually, you know what? We already answered that one because somebody emailed about the CoinEx broker, and that's what I was sharing with you guys. Just give you an idea. Just this is my demo account. So for an example, if I right click and just say I want to take a dummy trade right now. Okay, as you guys can see, they don't offer micro lots or mini lots, meaning 0.01 or 0.010. However, this one standard is their mini that is there. So if I was to take a trade right here, let's just say I want to take a sell trade and I'm going to put it here. And as you can see, I'll put it right here. If I put it right there, I'm risking only 170 for 17 pips. It's basically $10 a pip. Okay, 17 pips, that's $175. My math is right, Jenny? I know you're the mathematician. So I'm risking 17 pips for that will be about $175 because it's 1.75 lot on the pips, 175 on the pips, and 175 on the risk. Is that about $10 a pip?
So it is, but that's one of the things. It's actually a good example that you showed up here. So remember, the pip count is also different. So whereas like one broker might look like 1,700 pips or 17,000 pips, another broker is literally only 17. So it's not just the value, it's the way that they're counting it, the way they're contracting it, all of it varies so much.
Yep. Because I know a lot of people are using CoinEx. So that's the reason why I want to show you guys that it's not like you're going to, you know, if you go with a standard lot, you're going to risk $1,000 on every trade. It's not like that. So just that's why I said I would do the broker comparison at the same time while it's no cost to you just to figure out, hey, which broker will work best for you. Okay. And like I said, Jenny, can you repeat your recommended brokers and we'll send out links for them?
Yeah, so please, if you're not already with them, wait for the links that'll come in the email. But
yes,
just so you guys know, it's going to be, I have a couple in there that's Plexi and M1C. But I will also say the reason why I'm not going with M1C more is because they change the contract, the symbol every quarter. So we don't know yet what's going to happen if you're carrying positions in that position now switches contracts. I want to avoid that problem and at least try to future-proof what we're doing. So for that reason, we're not sticking as much with M1C. Otherwise, I think it's great the way they lot size, the way they contract, regulated broker, technically speaking, it's a great place to be. But the changing of contracts every quarter is potentially problematic. So be careful there.
By the way, I'm glad you brought that point up. Okay, here's something else, you guys, that was asked. Yep, that was actually the last question on the list. Good. All right, so here's the question. The question was on the copier. On the copier. Yeah, I wanted to see her. I meant to Jenny. It's her birthday. You know, I want to bring her on. They said they want to see your pretty face. You know, mine ain't pretty enough for you. For
It's
but here's the deal. Let me cover this because it actually was the last question on that was sent in, and then we can take open hands. Yeah, she is the queen of pips, hands down. By the way, you guys, you do know who we're interviewing, right? This is the one who I actually contacted Guinness Book of World Records because Miss Jenny is the only person who I have ever met who have made over 1 million pips in trading, and it's documented. And many of these trades are called out live in the signals group in front of other people. So you can't say, oh, she just made it up. She's made up her own report. She's a scammer, this and that. I kiss both of my butt cheeks. Y'all already know where I stand with that. It's both my butt cheeks because look, she's rock solid. I've been working with Jenny for years. I know her. She's the best in the business. And so you're going to be in good hands. So Ms. Jenny, congratulations to you. I just want them to know who we're actually interviewing. You're one of the unsung heroes. I wish the world knew more about you because, again, you've done things that I've never seen done before by anybody. And I'm in a ton of different groups connected to many different traders all over the globe that a lot of you guys know them because you've been following them on your channel. And I guarantee you, they're not doing some of the things that we're doing here in Super Easy. And many of them can never come close to the accomplishments that Ms. Jenny has done. So I just want to put that out there. Congratulations on your birthday.
Thank you guys. You guys are make me all kinds of blush.
So here's the question, that the last question that was sent in, and then we can take hands. Does the copier have the ability to adapt on these symbols? What if this broker is using this symbol, and what if the broker is using a different symbol from the one she's using? Yes, the copier has that built into it to identify the matching symbols, even though they may have different names. We've never had an issue with that. Because a lot of the brokers do use different symbols that are on our current copier list of family members who's in the current copier group, and that has never been an issue. Never been an issue. Okay. So yes, it doesn't matter. You'll be fine. You should be fine. Okay. All right. All right. That's the end of that questions list. Jenny, anything else you have before we get to hands today?
I'm just gonna say that remember, stuff like this is very, very profitable. It's very, very probable. It is not perfect. We know
Mhm.
that there's weaknesses in copiers. Okay, there's anybody who's worked with me directly that I'm very direct. I'm very open about that. Having said that, what I'm going to be doing here is the same thing I do on managed money. It's the same thing I do on the more full scale kind of US 30 copier. It's the same thing. It works. The idea is you're going to wake up, you're going to be sometimes in multiple positions. But the idea is, in a perfect world, it does not always work perfectly. You're going to wake up, most of the trades are going to be closed, if not all, and then you go on with your day. So this is going to happen a couple of days a week, maybe not every day. We're going to avoid maybe news and et cetera, et cetera. Again, this is going to be a mini version, which is a trial version, right, of what we're already doing. What we're testing here is the efficacy of not only the copier, the connection between different accounts. What we're doing is already proven. It already works. It's been
Yeah.
running for 18 months, 12 months, 6 months in different settings. So I want you guys to know what you're connecting to. It's powerful, it's profitable. You're going to be in charge of knowing what lot sizes to choose, where to mitigate, okay, when to kind of, maybe jump in on the same trade idea, increase lot sizes, decrease lot sizes, avoid news. You're still responsible for you and how you mitigate risk, how you manage at the end of it. But seriously, you're connecting to something very powerful. And I think that's awesome. So keep
Here's
that in
another
mind. Hmm?
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Here's a question that I wanted to throw out since you're on that line of thought. Is these going to be more of day trades, scalps, swing
Scalps.
trade, scalps? Okay,
Scalps.
good, good, good. I know
Well,
that's a
wait, no, scalps are, everybody wants a scalp. We've learned that from the copycat. Woohoo, I want to be in and out. We're going to see how well it connects versus variance, right? Ooh, that's
correct.
actually a good question. Nobody has brought this up, so I want to bring it up. I have learned in the last 6 to 12 months that variance between brokers obviously varies extremely. And in the last few months, it's even gotten worse. So I know we think we want to limit that window. We don't want that limited. If you want to have the closest trade possible, please do not put your variance, or I forget what it's called on the copycat indicator. We want that slippage maxed out because the price on your broker might be 40,898, like we see on Uncle P's screen. The price on my broker and just the time in between might be 40,000, which is a huge jump, which means you're not going to even get that entry if you're mismanaging that setting. So the slippage setting, you want that extended to its max and infinite, and just trust that when my system closes with approximately 1,000 pips, your system is going to close with approximately, 1,000 pips, 100 pips. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be variance. Sometimes it'll be slightly higher, sometimes slightly lower, totally fine. But just know that part. No one has brought that up, so I think it's important to mention.
Yes, and for those who are new, because I know we get new people who are in and listening in. Slippage basically means if my broker, and this is my understanding of it, if my broker is showing 40,900, let's just say, but hers may be showing 40,905, there may be a little difference in between. So that's not that big of a deal. It's still within the range because you got to remember the brokers are the ones who's running these platforms. And so their data is what's feeding into your trading system. Okay. So there may be a little bit difference between one broker or the other. So once you have the copiers up and running, please go through the tutorial settings on my Uncle P settings, my recommended settings. And one of those, you realize I don't touch the slippage. I leave it at max. I don't fool around with it. I don't manipulate it. I leave it at maximum so that regardless of who has lower or higher, is still within range, you'll get the trades. Because if you start playing with that and you make it too tight, trades will be coming in and out, but you may not be getting them. So just leave it alone.
We
With the
learned
cop,
that. Yeah, we
there's
learned that a lot with Uncle P with the copycat too. People were thinking, well, if I tighten it, I'm going to get a closer entry. Not necessarily. Sometimes you're going to miss the vast majority. So we've got this 30 pips in the bag. Your settings and your broker did something else. You're missing those 30 pips because of the settings you chose. Lessons learned. We're all improving as we go. You learn better, you do better, hopefully. So
That's
don't
correct.
max that, man. Max it.
And that's why I say, guys, listen, I work with the developer to build this copier. I know it. Leave certain things alone. They're there, but they were as options for future projects in case. But for what we're doing, leave them alone. There's only a few things you need to select and choose those only. Outside of that, leave it alone, or else you're going to start messing things up, and we're going to get emails from you being upset over something that you did. Okay, so make sure to look at the video on Uncle P's recommended settings. Okay, that should have came out in the email that you guys got when you got the download link and the email and stuff like that. If you didn't, then I can have Miss Donna send it back out to everybody. Okay, the other thing that's going to be happening is now that we have everything set up, because Miss Jane, I've been up since like 3 or 4 working on stuff. uh, to make sure everything is in place. So we do have the MT4 account and the MT5 account for the project now as of this morning. So you will be receiving the email later on today or within the next 24 hours from the license department. And it will give you the account number that you need to plug into your copier. But again, we're not going to start this until Monday. Monday, right, Jenny?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I'm probably going to start Sunday night, post NFP and all, but
Yeah,
Monday
yeah.
morning, we'll see.
Okay. Here's the reason why. It turned out to be a blessing because this, as I told you guys, this is Hell Week, and Hell Week is not done. Actually, a lot of the hell is about to start today. Let me go and show you guys this real quick, and then Jeannie, I know you got to go. But let me show you guys this. This is this week. Today alone, which by the way, I posted a video showing the ocean wave that killed the trades last night on my AUDs, but AUD came out with inflation numbers and AUD dropped like a freaking rock. Okay. Now we did have the ADP report that probably didn't do that much damage. Why? Because the world around the globe is waiting for this 4 hours and 32-minute announcement. Fed interest rate announcement. I got a report from another source that used to be, well, she still does. She goes on CNN, not CNN, but CNBC and all the financial channels. She is frequently interviewed there, and I work with her behind the scenes, and she is deep into fundamentals, and she pulled up a whole list of all the different reasons why the dollar may get weak, but we don't know. Okay. So therefore, because of that, the world is waiting to see what the Feds are going to do, whether they're going to raise interest rates or drop them. And because the US dollar is connected to every currency around the globe, it will cause fireworks amongst all of them. So please, if you can, close out any trades. Even if you have to close them out in small loss, it's better than if the thing goes the wrong way and you end up losing tons of money when you could have just closed out a small loss or a small profit, let the storm pass, and then get back into the market. And then we're still not done because you got all of this on the euro coming out tonight. Okay. You got the unemployment numbers. You got interest rates coming out on the pound tonight. You got non-farm payroll coming out on Friday. So this is Hell Week. That is the reason why we decided to not do it this week. Let this storm pass, and then we'll start fresh. Okay. All right, Ms. Jim, we got a few hands. Do you have a few more minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now,
Let me get
9:50. I got to go to the high school. My youngest is starting high school.
Yeah, just tell me when you're ready to go. Just say, hey, I got the bounce and we're done. All right. Let me get to this Donna first. The behind the scenes queen. Miss Donna, go right ahead.
You have a
Good morning.
question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, this is exciting. One question that I not add to the list, and I know maybe somebody's going to ask it, but people are asking about VPS and VPNs,
Oh, yes.
and probably should cover that as far as, I don't want people to, and I know everybody or most people know with the copycat that we have now, it's not recommended, but wanted Jenny to kind of
Okay, so Uncle P and I talked about this a little bit. For right now, we're running everything on the same kind of software that he already has built for Copycat, right? This system still requires a VPS. I don't know about it not being recommended. That you need some kind of permanent connection. Because if you miss a trade, if you miss the management of a trade or a trade, you've got a problem, right? So I can't say in terms of everything else, Uncle P, you're not recommending a VPS anymore?
I just tell people
Oh,
what I'm using. I don't get into
oh,
recommendations because
okay,
if a
gotcha.
thing goes wrong, Jenny, I have no idea. After all these years, sis, I have no idea. If I make a recommendation on something and something goes wrong, they don't go to the company that actually made the mistake. They don't go to the broker. They don't go to this company. They come straight to me and blame me as if I am the owner of the company, even though they asked me who am I using. So
Okay,
that's
okay.
why I don't do recommendations. I just simply tell people who I'm using, and then you go do what you want to do, because if it works out or don't work out, don't come back to me because I don't run those companies. I'm just telling you who I'm using.
Okay, so I am using one. It's in my link tree. I think their prices are really affordable. Like Uncle P said, I don't own the company. I have no control over the company. They could go
Correct.
up, they could go down, they could crash. We have no, sorry, I'm not liable for that. I like their prices. I have pushed this service to the max. I can put 20 brokers on there with EAs and different variable, lots of heavy license stuff, and it's all
Hmm.
working fine. So the one I'm using is in my link tree. It's a variance of like my Forex VP. So check the link tree. You'll find it there. Great prices. And honestly, it maximizes. I can do so many platforms without any slowdown or hiccups or anything.
And you
VPNs
said the
are not.
prices are reasonable.
I'm sorry?
You said the
Really?
price.
I think the lowest one is 29, but you can fit like 5 or 6 servers on there. I, of course,
Really?
have the $89 one, which I still think is better than the what is it, the hosting software, whatever. And
Yeah.
honestly, I got like 20, the most I got was 22, plus a lot of them are the EAs and licenses. No slowdown. My CPUs are all firing. I'm like, yep, okay, I'm happy now.
By the way,
And
guys, look on the screen. See, if you was in the copier group, see, I took that tray right in front of y'all. Y'all take a look at what's going on in the US 30. Did I not take type 45 in the box if I didn't take that tray right in front of y'all's face and look at what it's doing?
I have to say, I'm in that on my futures account too, by the way.
See, it's hot and ready. Hot off like fish off the. Mm,
Hmm.
I just
mm.
want to say too, real quick on that VPS, if you choose not to use a VPS or VP or whatever, VPN, VPS, you do not, you can't close your computer has to be on at all times. Your sleep mode on your computer needs to be off. So if you're choosing not to use a VPS, you have to have your computer on at all times. That is very, very important.
So for
Actually,
new people, well, we always get this from new people. Hey, what are they talking about? Okay, so here's the deal. What is it in the first place? A VPS is a virtual private server or a computer, just like your Windows-based computer or whatever that you're using. It's the same thing except for it's virtual. It's in the clouds, but you're going to get a login. You're going to get a IP address like you go into a regular website. Then you're going to be given a username and password. Once you do, you're going to log in, and it's going to look exactly like a normal computer. You're going to be able to do everything on that computer like you can on a regular computer that you personally use. Okay. The benefit, though, of renting is the fact that, like they said, you have to have, if you're going to be in this service, you've got to have your computer on at all times. Okay. So if you're in a state where there's a lot of thunderstorms, power outages, and stuff like that, this will be great because no matter what happens in your area, it will not affect your trading system. It will be running 24/7 behind the scenes, and you can log into it from anywhere around the world. Okay. I'm sorry that the lawn people are here. I'm sorry, guys.
no, actually,
So,
Uncle Pete, Donna's question brings up another topic,
sure.
more important with indices than anything else, but we've learned something else in the last 6 months. Remember what we talked about in terms of the variables between brokers and price points on instruments? It's hard on odd NZD. It's hard on GBP USD. Having said that, it's catastrophic on US 30. So one of the things we've learned in the past few months is I know we want to always click copy, stop loss, copy, take profit. We have found the systems work intensely better, incredibly better by not having those clicked. And don't get me wrong, that's why I'm also saying demo. It's very hard to trust a system and to say, wait, oh my gosh, there's no take profit, there's no stop loss. What am I going to do? There's more than one entry. Ah, I totally hear you. But honestly, you not having that clicked is probably going to yield a lot more results. It's going to give you a lot more accuracy, a lot closer results to what the master accounts are getting. And by clicking those, copy take profit, copy stop loss, you're actually limiting some of your results. So when Donna brought up the whole VPS thing, remember, if you disconnect, that's on you. Number one, if you click take profit, stop loss, mirror those, you don't technically want that. You want there to be no stop loss and take profit because the price points are so different. Your broker is going to mirror it in relation to your broker, even though in relation to the other broker,
That
it's
makes
very
sense.
different.
Yeah. So
Big
if you
deal.
say take profit on yours, but
Mhm.
the broker they're using is different from the one you're using, it could be totally different. They can get their trades closed out sooner than, or,
Yep.
prematurely. Got it. Understood. Which is why, again, for this service, guys, when we do send out the account that you can, to use to plug into your copier, there will be a link to her recommended broker. So you can always use that and use her link for that as well. Okay. But just to wrap up for those who are brand new, basically, like I said, it's just a computer in the cloud so that in case there's a power outage, like we've been having a lot of thunderstorms. Just got back from my vacation, and thank God I have backup powers here. I got backup powers on my computers for my fish tanks and everything else because there was a power outage while I was on the cruise. And I got a notice on my phone while I was on the cruise that there was a power outage at the house. But because I had the backup powers, it had no effect. But when it comes to my trading accounts, I have those on one of these cloud computers. So no matter if the power never came back on, it doesn't have any effect on my trading account. So it will be perfectly fine. That is the benefit. Now, if you have a computer sitting around that you just can leave plugged up and there's not going to be any power outages, then you don't have to use one of those private service or VPS. You can use your own personal computer, but just remember, it has to be one that is not being tampered with, not one that you're multitasking. I check my email, social media, this and that. It needs to be one that's strictly dedicated just for the copier and that only. Okay. Untouched, so that no thing is bothering it while this is running. Got to remember, guys, we're trying to generate income. Okay. And banks and institutions, they have theirs running on servers as well. Okay. They don't want nothing tapping with their money. Okay. They don't multitask on it. They have it dedicated for that money. And that's what we're trying to do for you. And again, we're starting it new here for you guys. But like Ms. Jenny said, she's been running this stuff behind the scenes for how long, Jenny? Oh, about a year or so?
I've got in total this particular system I've had for 2 years now. So
For
we
years.
ran it on different softwares and different brokers and all kinds of different things. As you guys know, the last 6 months have been a nightmare with MT4. And prior to that, we were traveling and had some family stuff. So we're just now releasing it. We're testing it now on this system. Worst case scenario, maybe in 3 to 6 months, we'll bring it on to more digitally ethical
Yeah.
systems, which in theory, if we do this right, we might be able to mirror to things like futures. We might be able to do some really cool things, all digitally, no VPS required. Like we'll see, but let's start here and then we can
Yes.
revisit that in 3 to 6 months. But the system itself that we're going to be running, not on trial. It works and it's profitable.
Yes, it is. All right. Let's get to another hand. But Donna, was that it? Hold on. Donna, was that the last question for you? Yes. William said, can we eventually, here's a great question. Can we change accounts? Yeah, we can. You're doing that now. People can do that now with their on the copycat service now. If you end up changing brokers, you don't have a limit when it comes to copycat service. You can change the brokers in and out as often as you want. We don't have a limit like we do with license keys. With license keys, it's totally different. I used to be friendly with my stuff, but then people try to just handing my stuff out like a freebie all over the globe, so that's the reason why I even inputted and started building licensing systems in the first place, because people weren't trustworthy. Okay. But when it comes to the copier service, that's totally different. You do have max up to 4 accounts, but those can be swapped in and out with no cost at all. You can swap them out. You have a total of 4. Once we bring out the whole service, right now we just giving limited to 2 because we're testing this out. But when we roll it out, you'll be able to have 4 accounts of your choice, and then from there you can swap them in and out as needed. Okay.
And y'all should thank Uncle P for that.
Oh, sorry, I had to step away for a second. Did y'all ask me anything? I'm in the middle of getting my car towed.
No. I was just asking you, was there anything else that we missed or anything that you wanted to ask?
Um, no, I think that's it. I'm gonna be sending out the email and the accounts and stuff today. Now, I will say there are were people who did send in emails that did not respond. So snooze,
And
you lose.
that's okay, because here's the point. Let me say this and let me tell you now. Don't worry about it. We're going to send the somebody's asked about the link tree in the email response to those who's on the test group. We're going to include her referral links and all that stuff in the email reply that we're going to send it to you, because you got to send your broker account to put on your copier anyway. So we'll include all that. So don't worry about it. Now, with that being said, and thank you for bringing that point up, Ms. Donna, because when some people, they just hard-headed and stubborn. If Ms. Donna is asking you for more information that you should have sent in and you didn't, and you didn't reply, that's the reason why a few more slots are going to be open today for those. Let's do just 25 more people. Okay, the first 25 people. Okay, first 25. And if you want to be part of this group and it's no cost, well, don't need your credit card, I don't need your debit card, I don't need none of that stuff. Only thing we need, please look at this information very clearly. Okay, hold on one second. Let me type this up. Give me a second. And I'll put this on screen, exactly what you need to send to us, please, and send it to the right email. Okay, 25 more people will bring you in. Here's what you need to do. Here's the email, and let me make this real big. And while I'm doing this, let me go ahead and take another hand. Liz, you've been very patient. Go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, Uncle P.
Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning, Miss Jenny.
Good morning, Miss Liz. How are you?
All right, and you?
Fantastic. It's a good day.
It's almost like I sense the presence of greatness just coming from you and Uncle P. This is awesome. You could just feel it coming through the screen. So, but congratulations on your being nominated for the Guinness Book of World Records. You deserve it.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, so my first question was answered, which was from Miss Jenny, about the amount you should have in your account for this trial. And I chose a small amount, so I got to go back and maybe do a demo or something, because you said, Miss Jenny, at least 1,000 just to do this, because I know it's the indices US 30, right?
I do, yeah. To be safe, I would say that, I mean, that's bare bones, guys. I know we want to teach
Right.
people you can make money with a few hundred, and you can technically, but this is the most expensive instrument on the market, and we got to treat it like that. So
Yes,
$1,000 is about as small as, and that's going to be risky. That's high risk. I'm taking
Right.
ownership of that level of high risk because it's a big instrument.
But at least fair warning, you've told
Yeah.
us so.
Yeah, there.
Right, just so
Okay.
let me say this real quick, Liz, before you go on. Some of the guys that you guys are watching on your YouTube channel who makes a boatload of money, you're watching their lifestyle and how they're living and stuff like that. They're actually trading this US 30 and those instruments. So we're starting with the US 30, and that's the reason why, because you make a lot of money. Okay. Some of you guys want to
Okay.
make some good money, then that's the ones to go with. That's what we're doing that. Okay.
Okay. And that's the question I had for Miss Jenny. Thank you, Miss Jenny. And Uncle P, for the
Yes.
VPS, let's say I'm on vacation. I don't have my computer, but I did get a VPS. Am I able to manage my accounts on that VPS? I'm still kind of foggy on that.
Yes, that's the whole
Like
point.
get in and out of trades and things like that.
Here's the point. You're not doing anything. You just set up the copier on one computer and leave it alone. Jenny is the one who's going to be taking the trades, managing them in and out. Okay. So that's the
Oh,
whole
no,
point.
I'm not talking about the copycat. I'm just talking about a VPS just for
In general.
in general. Yes, 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 sir.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. What happens is, and I got several of them. So for what happens is you'll receive an email, and in that email is going to give you your personal IP address, which is going to be linked to your dedicated computer in the cloud. Okay.
Okay.
Once you click onto that link, it's going to ask you for your username and password. Once you put that in from any computer in the world, any computer, okay? Once you put that information in, you're going to be logging right into your computer, and it's going to look dead like a normal computer. And you can do that from anywhere in the world. That's the point.
Okay. And so let's say I have my Too Easy system, for instance, already set up, and I put it on a VPS. I'll be able to go in and see the Too Easy template and all of that on there. Okay. Yeah, I never really understood it fully.
Question. Let me ask you a question. You're looking at my computer right now, right?
Yes, sir.
How do you know if this is not a VPS or a regular computer?
Good question.
That's the point. It's exactly the same. Once you log in, like you log into your desktop computer, you know how you got to log into your
Yes.
laptop or log into your desktop? You do
Yes,
the
sir.
same thing, and it will be the exact same computer, except for it's just not one that's physically in your house or in your hand, but it is the exact same thing. Same thing.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. And so on the VPS, the last question, I know you had said in one of the classes previously that I was in that it's always for, just a good recommendation to go with VPS services that's not hooked to a trading and all of that, which I considered. And I said, well, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I'm trying to find a VPS. Do you have any you can recommend? Like Miss Jenny did recommend. Do you
Yeah.
have any that's not hooked to any type of trading or forex or something
I
like
use
that?
host wins. I use host wins. Host
Oh,
wins.
oh, thank you so much. Hold on just a minute.
They're
Let me
not.
write it.
I know Jeannie has hers, which will provide that link in the email response. But I use HostWinds, which has no connection to Forex at all. Because, and so if you want one that is connected to Forex industry, where they deal with primarily Forex traders, then you got Jenny's. And then if you want one that has nothing to do with Forex at all, then you have I use HostWinds. But
Yes, sir.
one is fine. Either one is fine. They all gonna do the same thing. Now, for me, here was the primary thing that I needed. A lot of you guys like Apple computer, Mac computers, and this and that. My son is a fan of it. I can't stand them because I don't know how to operate them. They're too tough for me to deal with and difficult. So if that's you're either going to be an Apple fan or you're going to be a Windows fan, or like phones. You got Apple phones, and then you have Google based phones. So it's just your
Right.
flavor. So based on your flavor, make sure to mention that to your hosting service to say, hey, I need a Windows-based computer or I need a Mac-based computer, because they can offer one or the other. So make sure to mention that. So with mine, I had to tell them, hey, I want a Windows-based computer. And they said, do you want a Windows 11, 12, this and that? I said, for what I need, I just need the basics. And so I got a Windows 10 and so forth. And it does the job. So just specify, because it's just didn't know it's going to operate no different than a regular computer that you have in your house. So if you were at Best Buy and you were picking out a computer, then the hosting service, you're going to pick out the same exact thing, just as if you were shopping in Best Buy.
Okay. And so now with that being taken care of, and once I get my VPS, I don't have to have my computers running so much.
No, not your personal computers. That's the whole point. Yeah, no,
That's the
you
whole point. Right.
don't happen.
Right.
Nope, that's the whole point.
You can
Okay.
shut your computer off if you're using a VPS. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter if it's on or off.
nope, it
Oh,
doesn't
yes,
matter.
ma'am. Thank
Computer.
you.
Mhm.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah. Now that's good. I'm going to do that today. And the last question, Uncle P, is on the hold on just a minute. Ocean wave system with your
Sure.
new strategies, the H1 and 15, the 30 and 5.
Mhm.
What time are you actually scanning for these, or do you just put it on the scan? Now that's my question.
Great
I
question.
need to know where to set my scanner, the higher time frame or the smaller time frame, just to alert me ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? If possible.
And make sure you guys watch the video I posted this morning. I posted a video showing 6 winning trades in a row, and I had gold open on a trade, and I ended up winning that shortly after I recorded it. About 30 minutes later, gold just shot up. It didn't hit my
Yes.
take, but it shot up enough, and I closed it out. So basically, I had 7 winning trades, and I posted that video this morning on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
So make sure to check it out. But I use I like and next week we'll cover this more, because I've been teaching for several weeks on the simplicity system. Now I'm gonna switch over and start teaching some skill sets on new strategies on the ocean wave. That's why I do that. I just flip back and forth so you guys learn you can use it in multiple different ways. But the 35 is basically you're checking if you get a trade alert on the 5 minute, you want to check the 30 minute to make sure that there's a match on the trend direction. Or you
Okay.
can 115, which means you are getting the ocean wave scanner is set on the 15 minute, and then when you get an alert, you want to check the 1 hour just to make sure they're matching up. Okay, because if you have an
Oh,
uptrend showing on the 1 hour, but you get a downtrend arrow on the 15-minute, that's not a match. So you just ignore it. Okay.
Okay, so it's not so much about timing, just let the scanner
Correct.
sort it
However,
out for you.
I turn it off during the US session. US session
Yes.
is no reversal trades. And so that's the reason why I don't use it during the US session. When US session comes up, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of that.
Okay, so when US session comes up, get away from the ocean wave and just go to your regular charts.
Look at this. Here we go. See this trade? 20 pips up. See? Now,
Yeah.
Ocean Wave is saying that it was a down setup, but when I knew that it was going into the US session, and look what happens, reversal trade. So I switch over to my 30-minute arrows. Remember, I told you guys, if I'm looking for reversal trades and I'm looking for my arrows with simplicity, what time do we get up?
Well, I'm Central Time, so that'd be 5:30 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7.
If you're in New York time, that's 6 to 7 o'clock. You wake up,
Yeah.
you look at the arrows, and there you go. Simple, easy peasy. And well, when New York is done, then I can switch back to the Ocean Wave and set the scanner up and start looking for things. And the reason why what's great about it is because what happens after it shoots up real hard? What's the next thing that happens?
Pull back.
There you go. That means it's pulling back where? Back into the original trend.
Back into the trend, yes.
So right about when London is closed, then I fire it back up just to see if there's some pullback trades that I can play. And as long as they match the overall trend, then I'm good in platinum. So for an example, what is the overall trend on the 1 hour here? Down. Oh, you
Down.
see it right here, that all it did was retest to the main wave. So if I get an arrow, see how this one lost? That's why, no, I don't take it during New York. I don't take these during New York because New York is famous for reversals. But prior to that, look at the prior arrow. Did that thing not net a lot of pips?
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
That's the point. So I'm always switching in and out depending on the session. So US session, nope, I'm looking for simplicity only. I don't want to fool with that ocean wave. Once ocean wave is US is done, then I'll flip back to the ocean. Okay. Because after
Oh.
the London close, the market goes back into a what? Trend.
Trend,
During
right.
New York, goes into reversal. So this is why knowing these sessions and what their behavioral patterns are makes a huge difference on your win rate. Okay. But anyway, Jenny has to go. Let me anything
Okay,
else?
thank you.
Cool.
That's it. Thank you, Miss Jenny, Miss Donna, and Uncle P.
Thank you. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Brian, real quick, do you have a question for Miss Jenny before she goes?
Hey, how y'all doing this morning? Happy birthday, Miss Jenny.
Thank you.
I do have a question on your I was actually signing up with Plexi, and when it gets down to your when they ask you for what country you're in, I don't see a place for the United States on it. It says like United Minor something.
Just choose other. Other's an option.
Oh, other, just choose other on that.
Mhm.
Okay, and now the other question that I have is, I know y'all don't recommend brokers like that. Is anybody comfortable with AAFX?
No.
Right now, no.
Bro, God, heal my tongue, Jesus.
Listen, I know too many people in that last go around who had live money in their account and the account disappeared, live money in their account. It took a lot of, so most of them got it recovered, which is a blessing.
Okay,
But
don't.
in their defense, right? Let's have some professional courtesy. They got real big real quick when everything went to heck. I get it. The way they handled it, they probably needed to train their team better because I know Uncle P can attest to this. The customer service support was like, your account doesn't exist, bro. What? Like this?
Okay.
No, like that's bring it back. So it's hard because once a broker crosses that boundary, it's really hard to uncross. Now, prior to that moment, high spreads, ethical broker, it worked just fine. I trusted them just fine. So you have to make your own personal judgment. We're running out of playgrounds to play in. So
Right.
if you are going to put money there, maybe put less money there, right?
Right.
Got options, but choose wisely.
Jenny,
Hmm.
Jenny, I've been talking to you this whole time and didn't know that your face was showing on this other screen. You look like you're ready for a birthday. Look at you, just birthday glorious.
Okay, listen, most of the time I got to put on a blazer and a tank top because at home I just do me. Like y'all got to know that, okay? That's most of my days, but thank you.
I did not look this whole time at the YouTube channel, and then I just tapped. I said, "Oh, that's her picture right there. There she is." Glorious Miss Jenny. All right, cool. All right, thank you, sir, for that one. All right, let me get to the next person. Thank you, Brian.
Thank
Did you have
you.
any other question for her?
Actually, I don't. Thanks everybody. I love y'all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, and let me get this last hand iPhone. I don't see a name, but go right ahead. And again, guys, let me put this back on the screen. Here's while we wait for this person to pull up. Here's what you can do. We're going to open up 25 more slots because you snooze, you lose. We have people who they did not send in this simple information. And Donna, I hope you are still unmuted. Real quick, Donna, am I missing here, Donna?
Yes.
Okay, so I got on my screen the email address to send to you. They need to pull their full names, let you know whether it's an MT4, MT5, and their broker account number. Anything else I'm missing?
Their email address, valid email address, to where I'm sending the information to.
Yeah, so when you email her, supereasysimplicity@gmail.com, which is the license department, make sure it's an email that we can respond back to you because I will be sending or she will be sending you communications throughout. And if you're trying to mask your IP address, well, I'm using a Proton with a double twist to it because I don't want, okay, then you're not the right person. Don't come. Okay. We need an address, email address, so that when we send out communications, it's going to go to you and you're going to be able to respond quickly. And that's the other part. If you cannot respond quickly, okay, meaning that the same day we send out the email, within a couple hours you can't respond, then don't participate because we need this feedback in case we send information, updates, or anything else. And that's part of the problem why we're opening up new additional slots, because we sent it out, gave the opportunity to a lot of people. And again, this is free. You don't have to pay us anything. We just want to see if you guys like it. Okay. And at the end of the 2 weeks, just give us some feedback. No cost to you. Okay. And yet people are not responding. Okay. So if you can't respond, you're too busy, please just don't sign up. Okay. So look on the screen, please send this specific information and we'll get you hooked up. Okay. Thank you, Donna. All right, iPhone, go ahead and unmute.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
All right. It's,
Good.
It's Kid and Uncle Pete. Anyway, I was trying to see can I use the copier that we already got for the accounts. I mean, when I had canceled.
Yeah, it's the same.
I had canceled my subscription, but I still got my copiers, right?
Well, here's the deal. We did an update, and I don't know which version you have, so make sure you'll get an email with the other one. If it's the same,
Okay.
cool. If not, I prefer everybody have the one so that there's no copier issues. Because once we first launched, there was some people who were getting all the trades, some who weren't. So we ended up going back to the drawing board, working on the copier again to make sure that we patched up, did patches for these specific brokers, because there's tons of brokers out there. And so with this last one, we have never had any more complaints about, oh, this, and this with my broker. So I don't know which version you have. So when you get that response, just go ahead and re-download the one you have. If it happens to be the same one, praise God. But if not, at least we know you're on the same page.
Okay. So I just give her the information and give her my account keys for my old one.
Yeah. See, here's the deal. Right here on the screen. Just send this exact information and we can get you in. Because we're going to take a few more people today because some people, they messed up and they, like I said, they rush in there, but then they're not responding. And I don't like that stuff. Hey, why are you raising your hand if you ain't going to be a participant? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's free. It's free. It was free. It's free for people who want to participate. If you ain't got time, then don't fool with it. Because you're slowing us down. Yeah. You feel me, dog?
Okay. Yeah, so if we ain't doing it, like I said, I might be bidding, I might not. What's the next option to trade in that US trying to catch some pips with Miss Jenny?
Repeat your question.
I say what's the
Come to
next
class.
option? Come to class?
Well, in the Super Easy Signals group, we do classes twice a week, pretty much. I mean, and then we do a couple of trade ideas throughout the week, but we hang out for an hour or two, depending on the kind of involvement. We usually take trades, almost always. Right now I've been cutting down to mostly 2. This way they can go from futures and Forex, because a lot of people are switching to futures in this market. So at least 2 trades, every now and then a couple of print signals, and then questions, comments. And part of the Super Easy Signals membership, which is on the website. You get quite a few different EAs, you get managers, you get coaching, you get live trade ideas with Elvis and classes with me. So that's all part of the Super Easy Signals membership. But don't ask me what it costs. I forget. What is it now, Uncle P?
Just 89.
89. There you go. So you can do that. If you can't do this to come to catch US 30, we catch pips. Like if I were to pull it up right now, I think we're at like 1.3 million pips we've collected in the last couple of years, all documented, all recorded. And that's not to say every trade is perfect. They're not. We had a week where we took 2 losses, 2 wins. The wins were huge though, right? Most weeks are pretty profitable. So all that information is on Super Easy's website. And for those of y'all looking for the brokers, the link tree is actually on this Zoom chat right now. We can post it on YouTube too. The VPS we just recommended is in there. It's a perfect VPS if you guys want one affiliated with Forex. And of course, the Plexi is in there, and so is N1C. So if you guys are not with Plexi or N1C, please make sure you use those referral links. I want to build an army, so make sure you do that. And otherwise, I think
And
that's
that's all in the signals group that we have. So once you sign up, all of those different trading tools, trading systems, link tree, all that stuff is in there. So if you want that service, you'll be getting not only her live sessions twice a week, but you'll also be getting Forex alerts where you can manually take the trades yourself from Dr. Elvis. So all of that's included in that one small price. By the way, for those, see, look at y'all. See, if we had this service already lit, guess what? You would have had your first win. Look at your boy. I took this trade in front of y'all. Everybody type of 100 if you seen it. I took it in front of you. And you see the take profit has been hit. GBP that hit for about 170 pips, as you can see. Told y'all that 30-minute arrow. Look at there. Boom. Oh, we on fire. I'm telling you, we're doing some mighty, mighty good things and Super Easy. And I got the right team members. Miss Jenny, you are on fire. And sir, did you have any other questions?
So what time do Miss Jenny and Miss Evans normally trade? Like morning time, like 7 or nighttime? Or?
Yeah. So as far as the alerts, and Jenny, I'll let you talk about your times for your live classes, but the alerts or the trade signals that'll be sent out, or the trade alerts that'll be sent out to you from Dr. Elvis, those can come out at any time of day or night. So you'll be a part of two separate private Telegram groups. One is for alerts where you can manually take the trades, and one is Miss Jenny's where you'll actually be able to participate live. So Jenny, can you cover that for those who want to join the service?
You did a great job on Elvis's. They come at all times. My classes are typically at 9 a.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Granted, it's recorded. And remember, the trades that we're going over, we have focused again a little bit on shorter time frame to accommodate futures. However, the idea is the analysis, which is 2 definite trade ideas, 3 to 4 different pair markups, at least minimum. The analysis is good for 2 to 5 days. So you can go in like the YouTube we posted last night. Some of these trades, if you actually monitor this trade and learn how to re-enter, and like no different than with the ocean wave, listen, Linda, you can go get that over and over and over and over again. So the trade ideas, even if maybe you can't make that time of class, it's fine. The idea is posted in the group, usually around 9 a.m. And of course, you can watch it after the class is recorded. Come use that analysis to go capitalize all week long with that analysis.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yep.
Well,
So
okay, you have a good birthday, Miss Jenny. My son's birthday was yesterday, so
Hey, they're a Leo baby. Your son's a Leo baby.
Yeah, he likes to dance and act the fool. He just turned 21. I told him, you already started drinking before you turn 21, so it don't matter.
Wait, you said he likes to dance and act a fool?
Yeah, have fun. But I say, for him getting a drink on his 21st birthday, that wasn't nothing. He already get a little drink.
Fair. Okay.
So that
Well, I
wasn't no
hope that he
surprise.
enjoyed his birthday. I hope he danced like crazy and just made all kinds of incredible memories.
Yes. But okay, I appreciate y'all for the information.
yes, indeed. So again, if you guys want to participate in the signals group and you want to, join in on that, let me do this for you and I'll show you where to go. Give me one quick second and I'll pull this up. Miss Jenny, did you have any other thing? If not, I'll let you go ahead and enjoy your birthday.
I think, yeah, there's one more hand raised, and then I'm going to go to the high school actually and go do all this adulting.
No, that was his. So let me lower that hand. I think that was
Any other
it.
questions before I hop off? Anything else you guys can think of? You guys can
You
also
talk to a person who has
message.
made 1 million pips in trading.
Mhm.
Even if you're brand new and you're not sure of anything yet, you might want to raise your hand and ask a question. Because again, you're not going to be able to hear from a person being interviewed who has done over 1 million documented pips in trading. That's historic. Okay. So if you have questions, you're brand new to trading or whatever, raise your hand now. All right. Now, if you do want to join the signals group where you'll be able to trade live with Miss Jenny twice a week and you get some signals trade sent, you want to go to our website, superezforex.com, and just simply click right here. By the way, one more thing for those who want the Ocean Wave system, all the other discounts have been taken. I decided since I posted the video and I'm getting a lot of people feedback about the Ocean Wave strategy, I left that discount up for one more day. So use code 55 to get the 55% discount. That tab is right here. But again, if you want to join the signals group, right here, if you want to be a current member of what we're offering for the Forex side, because again, we're already up 218 pips for the week, and you want to join that right now, you can do that too. So we got many different services, but this one is the new hot ticket for those who want to participate in that. So please hurry up and do so now. And I'll put back on the screen exactly what you need to do. This is the email, supereasysimplicity@gmail.com. You're sending your full name. Let us know whether you're using the MT4 or MT5. It works with the copier, works on both. You send us your broker account number. Send us from a valid email address and just let us know whether it's a demo or live, and then we'll respond back with all the pertinent information, the download link to download the copier, along with her links to her referred VPS her VPS service and her recommended brokers and all the other goodies that comes with it. And again, it's simply 2 weeks. You don't pay us anything. We don't want a dime from you. We just want feedback at the end of the 2 weeks. Okay. All right. Miss Jenny, anything else, dear?
No, that's all I've got. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for all the happy birthdays and all the loving comments. We super love and appreciate you guys, and I'm excited to see what we can do in the next few weeks. So as always, if you have questions, email Super Easy or myself, and we'll get back to you. And otherwise, enjoy your Wednesday. Take care and God bless.
And happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday.
Bye, guys.
All right. Talk to you later. All right, Daniel, you have a question?
Yeah, hi there, Uncle P.
Hi.
Miss Jenny. I just wanted to find out with your super easy system, yeah. Am I able to say make say between 40 and 60 pips a day?
I never, and let me be very clear. Thank you for your question. In all of my years, I've always given the same answer. I will never say that. You know why? And I step away from people who promise that. Do you know why?
No.
Who's the boss in this relationship? Me or the markets? In all of my years, I've always wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, something's replaying. Hold on.
Turn your volume down. Turn your volume down on your computer so you can hear, or your mic or something. There's something interfering. It's doing a bounce back.
Yourself.
No, you're not in charge.
Oh no, yeah. So the markets are in charge. The
You
markets
got
are in
it.
charge.
The markets are in charge 100% of, because we're simply trying to play Nostradamus in this game. That's ultimately what we're doing. We're trying to predict the future, which is why me going to Las Vegas, I can go to Las Vegas, but to be honest with you, I have no thrill at the casino. You know why? Because I do this for a living. I'm already gambling every single day, which, by the way, see this trade? I'm up 23, 24 pips. Guess what I'm going to do? Here's my take profit. Guess what I'm going to do? And this is a demo account, but I need to do it on the other account as well. Take the money and run. I don't need it to hit my take profit. It's already stalling out. That's good enough for today. That was a blessing for today. But guess what? Tomorrow may be completely different. Do you get what I'm saying, family?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, we do not control anybody who comes in. Yeah, we're going to give you this amount of pips per day. How do you know? You don't know what the market is going to do. This is why even with the copier service, one of the things I'm switching over to so that people can have a more balanced perspective of what to expect so that they will understand, okay, this is the proper way to look at things. So we average about 500 to 800 pips a month. Okay. That means that gives us leeway so that if we have a bad day, it's not a big deal. We can always recover. Okay. Because for an example, let me show you an example, which I sent this to Dr. Elvis, and I told him we was laughing and joking about this yesterday, because the same trade that he sent out later on, I said, man, I was just about to send that out. All right. So look at this. You see how I'm up 76 pips on this trade. Okay.
Yes.
But this is the same trade I lost 40 pips on earlier in the week. I was 100% right on my analysis. I said, this thing is about to go up. And I called it when the price action was right here, bouncing off of this support. I knew it was going up. I absolutely knew 100% this thing was going up. But what did it do? It went down and tapped us out for 40 pips first, and then turned right back around and shot up and did what it was supposed to do. And what was that shoot up from where I said the entry was going to be? It shot up 168 pips. So he sent me a message this morning. He said, you know, we're going to get him back, Uncle P. Yeah, we already up still 200 and what pips for the group? We're up 218 pips for already, and this is just Wednesday, for our current copycat members. But I don't like losing trades at all, because I've been at this too long, even though I know you're going to lose trades, but I hold myself at a higher standard. So especially when I knew I was right. But look at what happens. The market can still come back and tap you out. You can take losses. And what happens is you don't want to rush back into the market the same day, because look, I am up 75 pips right now in front of your face. All I did was
hold on. Let me just lower his voice just in case he does say my name. Hold on.
Oh, there you go. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So all I did, I got up this morning, like I tell y'all to do all the time. Get up, look for your 30-minute arrow, or look for a 415er. That arrow came up. Here's the 15-minute. I saw it tap dancing off the top of the 4-hour, and you can see this. And that was a simple win for 75 pips, which is right in front of your face. You can check the charts for yourself. So I lost 40, but I made back 76. So how many pips am I up positive by? 35 pips. I lost 40, but I made back 35 of them. I mean, I made 75. So 75 minus 40 is 35. So this is going to happen. So this is what people need to understand. If you're going to be in trades, you can always make it back. You don't have to be doing revenge trading, trying to make it back the same day. You just simply use patience, wait, and when the opportunity represents itself, which it always does, may not be the same day, it may be a day or two, but it will represent itself. And when it does, you can come back and make those pips. So the expectation is not how many pips can I make per day. A better way of looking at setting a goal is how many pips can I make on average a week. Does that make sense, sir?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that question. That was a very, very, very good question. And I like that question because it sets proper expectations. Because a lot of people come in with wrong expectations. They're expecting this to be every day I'm supposed to have this. And it's not going to happen. In fact, I'm working with another person who I may eventually bring on board down the line, which is Golden Boy, to trade gold. Well, every day ain't a winning day for Golden Boy, but he does flip accounts like nobody's business. Why? Because the market is in control of the relationship. So I'm going to suggest to you guys, if you're brand new to trading, anybody who's promising you, I can positively guarantee I'm going to make you a certain number of pips per day, you want to run like nobody's business. Put your Carl Lewis shoes on, they got the Olympics going on. Put your Olympic shoes on and hit that track and run from them. Because who can guarantee the future? Nobody. We can anticipate to the best of our abilities, but losses are going to happen. But overall, as long as we stay consistent with our strategies, we do win over time. So by having weekly goals versus a daily goal, that's actually better. If y'all understood that type of 50 in the box, I want to make sure people are getting the right logic. Okay. Losses are going to happen. I know that. You know that. It don't feel good because this one really bothered me. It really did bother me, but it happens. Nevertheless, come back and be patient. Now, the only reason I did not send this one out this morning to everybody is because they already had some trades out, and today is the Fed interest rate announcements, and I didn't know whether this thing was going to budge or not going to budge at all. So I said, well, I'll just take it myself in front of them so they can see it for themselves, what I did. 415 strategy. I just woke up and said, okay, I got you. You got me. I got you. And there you go. Simple, simple, simple. 415er. There you go. Or you could have looked at the 30-minute arrow, which it got you in late, but I did the 415er. It went down, came back up and retested. But again, where do I tell y'all? Don't put your stop loss tight butt. Put it above the 4-hour time frame from which you did your analysis. Keep it out of the way, which, by the way, if you're in this trade, what you can do is now lock in some gain. What if it comes all the way down to here? The take profit comes all the way down to here, Uncle P. Well, that's pretty cool, but at least you locked in something. So I'm guaranteed something on this trade. Okay. And what I do, this is the same one that kicked my butt earlier in the week. Now I kick their butts right in return. Same thing. Okay. That's all you do. Be consistent. I told you guys the hardest thing for us as retail traders to do is to learn to be consistent. Just stick with your game plan. Yeah, you'll lose a trade, but you don't have to lose your mind. Okay. Just come right back with the same strategy. Rinse and repeat. That's what makes master traders as good as they are. Okay. And I told you guys, I'm connected to a lot of them and they're all doing the same thing. That's what I finally realized. They are no different. They take losses on the chin just like everybody else. The only difference is they come right back the very next day and act like nothing ever happened. And they don't get as emotional like like the rest of us. They learn to respect their emotions. Look at this, 80 pips in a day. See? So one day was 40 pip loss. Next day, 80 pip win. Net positive, 40 pips on this trade. Plus, you've seen the GBP NZD trade. You've seen that one hit my take profit. That was for about 160 pips on that one. And I took this trade right in front of you guys. And look, it hit take profit and then bounced right back up. See, right there. And by the way, if you don't have the sexy analyst system, you're missing out. It hit right on the 23.6 Fibonacci level, which is pre-built into our sexy analyst trading system. It's only $29 a month. It got everything you need, except for the arrows. You add the simplicity with it, and you good, and it's platinum. But that thing hit right on that Fibonacci level, right there, and bounced right back up. That's why my stop loss was at the fib level. Took it out in positive profit. All of these happen right in front of you guys. All in front of you. Okay, the Euro AUD, Euro USD, I mean, look what happened. Same thing. I took it right. I showed y'all this morning. This all happened this morning. So for you, sir, who was asking the question, all these trades you could have had in one day. So yes, you can have a good day, really, really good day. But there's going to be a day here and there where sometimes it may not be so good, and that's okay. That's the reason why you take a look back and say, okay, I was consistent for the week. What turned out? How well did I do? Okay. If that was helpful, type a 100 in the box, somebody. On my AI camera trying to follow me. All right, sit still. To be honest with you guys, you need to hear me real good when I say this. The absolute biggest problem with the retail Forex trader is, and this just happened, I said, let me turn these comments off. Trying to learn from Bishop TDJ so you don't have to respond to everything. So I posted up a video yesterday showing some trades in addition to today's video. Okay. And somebody put in the comments, well, I tried your strategy. It didn't work. Hold on. I just told you about it in a day or two ago. And I said, you haven't even tested it for a week. Do y'all get what I just said? Oh, it ain't working for me. I just told you about it less than 48 hours ago. How many trades have you had taken? How long did you have to even test my idea on the ocean wave system? You don't understand. Type of 400 if that clicked in your head what I'm trying to say here. How can you say it ain't working and it ain't even been a week when you used it? I just told you about the strategy a day or two ago. But this is the mindset of the retail trader. And I'm no shade on him. If you're tuning in, I'm teaching you as your coach. I'm getting on your case because that is the problem. We don't stick to nothing. One or two trades and we're out. We're ready looking for another holy grail. Not realizing it could have just been some news events that took place, which it has been plenty of them this week at the time you took the trade. So at the time you took the trade, the market was being impacted due to news events. It didn't mean the strategy didn't work. It just means you took the trade at the wrong time without checking for news first. Holla. So if you have been consistent for a week with doing the same thing, at least you have some groundwork to say, I can look back on my beta test to see how well this thing worked out. This thing that we're doing with Jenny, she's been running this thing for 2 years behind the scenes profitably. But just to introduce it to the public, we're going to run a beta test for 2 weeks. No cost to anybody. Those who participate, come on through. Let's do it. At the end of the 2 weeks, if you like it, then okay, we'll open it up and, and go from there. If nobody likes it, then all right, we got a plan. But see, we test out for 2 weeks. You test out for 1 day or 1 or 2 trades and you're already quitting. The problem is you're not consistent. You're the problem. The same thing with this. I can't brag about this trade right here. This one that kicked my butt. I can't brag about it and say, oh, look, I'm up 80 pips. Well, if I was just doing what he did, look, oh man, see, I took his arrow strategy. It didn't work. See, I lost it. That was only 1 trade, dog. Come back the next day and look at this. I came back, did a 415, and this is right in front of your eyes. If I lost 40 pips, but then came back and made 80 pips, isn't that a good day? And by the way, close it out. Even though this is demo, I treat my demo accounts, live accounts the same. They all feel bad or good to me. I don't play around, which by the way, I have to close some stuff out on my other accounts because Fed interest rates is coming up. So I don't want to have any open trades. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? I can't make back a loss if I'm not even giving it enough time to see if something really works. Okay. Whoever this Angelina person, no, you cannot have control of the screen. Please stop requesting. All right, tell you what. You can raise your hand though. I see your hand raised, but you can't have control of the screen. Go ahead and unmute your screen. Oh, one of them. Cool. By the way, don't remove them yet, Donna. Let me speak to this. I'm glad there's somebody on here who's doing this. I've been wanting to talk to.
Sorry, I already.
No.
Okay.
No. Leave them on mute, but leave them. No, I've been wanting to talk to them. Something I've been wanting to say for the longest to people who do that. And I want y'all to hear me, everybody who's watching later, because it's going to happen to you. The truth of the matter is, I thought about this, Donna, and I said, the same amount of time that they're coming along trying to irritate me, could they not have put that energy into making some money for themselves? Why come to my class week after week being a butthole and broke? That makes no sense to me. You have the same 24 hours as me. You have the same faculties to think like I do, obviously, because you're trying to plot to destroy my class. And yet, you could use that same amount to turn around and build a skill set and be profitable and take care of your family from here on out. But you choose to come here instead of wasting my time. You could have been using it to get an education. Because you're not going to irritate me and make me run. I've been doing this since 2019, baby boy or baby girl, whoever you are. And the stalkers have came and gone by the droves. Bad reviews because somebody didn't like me because I kicked them out the group. I have endured all of that. And I'm still here, relentlessly teaching those who want to learn. So wouldn't it make more sense to just come to learn how to make money versus trying to learn and constantly getting blocked where you really ain't doing nothing to me? Because again, it's not going to stop me from what I'm doing. I want to teach people, and you can come in and act like a servant of the devil all you want. It does not intimidate me. But what it does, if you think about it, it makes you broke. Because you're wasting time on foolishness when you could be wasting the same amount of time learning something to change your life. And I'm more and more understanding why Bishop Jakes did not respond to any of that foolishness. As he said, why stoop to that level? It only slows me down from what I'm trying to do. For those who want to be in positions of leadership, you keep wanting to go to a different level. Let me be very clear with you. This comes with it. And this is why some of the biggest people in the world do not even have a social media page, such as I. I don't be on social media no more. I don't see the point. I used to enjoy it, but the bigger you get, the more people just come along to try to tear you apart. So I shut off that foolishness because I cannot stop just because somebody want to act a fool. But what it does do, it stops them from growing their life. Because I guarantee you one thing, when you're hating on somebody else, you better believe that God will not allow you to be blessed. You will find curses all over your life. You will find that your life is falling apart in other areas, and you secretly trying to do things to other people, but God is watching everything you have done. And you can say, I don't believe in that God stuff. Oh, that's okay, because he believes in you. So if somebody heard what I said, type of amen to me. Type of amen, please. You don't let people push you around. This is why Bishop said, I don't respond to people who ain't on my level and I don't even know them. Why do I have to respond to everything? He said, it's a tactic of the devil to get you off track from, watch this. And for those who still tuning in, let me give you a bonus blessing. He said, you have three things Satan is after. He said, he's after your power. Write this down. You don't ever want to forget this. This is one of the most powerful things I've heard. He said, he's after your power. He's after your purpose, and he's after your prowess. I'll repeat those three things. He's after your power, he's after your purpose, and he's after your prowess. Power, let me start first, and I would have said it this way. Your purpose in life. There is something that you do that nobody else can do the way you're doing it. That's your purpose. You have a purpose for being here. Okay? Power gives you the stickability. In other words, for many of you guys who've been with me for many years, you have seen me endure all kinds of foolishness. And I'm still showing up like ain't nothing happened. That's the power of stickability. You need power to keep you going when people trying to discourage you and knock you off the wall. That's where power comes in. It allows you to stay in your place when others trying to push you out of the way and you don't even know them personally. Never met them, never shook their hand, never said anything, never laid eyes on them, never offended them. And yet they come and try to knock you off simply because you're trying to do something positive. And prowess, your prowess is the ability to do it the way you do it. See, there's many different Forex teachers, but they don't talk like Uncle P. We can be talking about the same thing, but you'll hear it differently because they'll say it more professionally. I may say it more hood, but at least you know you digging this, brother, because guess what? I'm right at your doorstep on your level. It's your way of doing things. It's not just that you're gifted, but the way you do it. There will never be another Bishop T.D. Jakes. You may not like him because of what you heard on social media and you judging people because of what you read on social media, even though you never met these people. But nobody can take away the fact that nobody has done what Dr. Miles Monroe has done. And we're still week after week in this class, pre-class, listening to Dr. Miles Monroe lessons, even though the man been dead for years. Why? Because nobody did it the way he did it. Same Bible, but just the way he was able to pluck knowledge out of it and explain it. Nobody has been able to do it before or after the way he done it. And when it comes to explaining the pain of the soul, there is nobody who has done it as well as Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, he's under attack for his credibility and all these different things. And people are talking about him who have never shook the man's hand, never met him. And I've known the man for 12 years. But that's not the point. You want to go with what you heard on social media because somebody else told you what to think about a person. Just like this presidential election. You ain't basing your judgment on whether this person is good for the job. You basing it on whether you like their personality type or whether you like this or that about them. It ain't about what is fundamentally needed. You're being influenced and told what to think. And as a result of you being told what to think, you're not focusing on what you were here to do. And that's what Satan wants. Knock you off what you were here meant to do. You can do anything else in this world, but just don't do what God meant you to do. That's the whole point. I don't care what you do. Just don't do what God made you to be. Don't become that. And so he put these distractions in, including this one. You will knock me off the wall because you want to come in here and start acting silly. I can care less. I'm still here. I'm still here. I paid a dear price for the name Uncle P. In fact, I had a conversation with my son just the other day, and he never knew this. I said, son, I never wanted you to be named after me. He said, what? Are you serious? I said, son, I never wanted you to be named after me. He said, why? The cost of carrying my name cost me so much. I just wanted you to be named something else other than a junior of me. Because in Hebrew and other languages, names actually carries a weight. It actually has a meaning. We make names nowadays because they sound cute. But if you really are going to name something in the Hebrew Old Testament times, when they named something, the name that they put on it represented the thing itself. So when in Old Testament, when you heard that story, when Moses said, well, what should I call you? He said, I am. What he was saying is, I am whatever is needed in that moment, because I am all powerful, so I can be anything. I don't have a specific name. That's what he actually meant. The name meant something. So for me, Patrick meant nobleman, but I didn't have noble moments in my life. I have painful moments. And I didn't even want my son to have that name. But since he was the junior and that's what they wanted, I just went along with it. So since his birth, I've been trying to do everything I can to make sure he don't have to go through some of the things. I do want him to go through some because it makes him tough and dependable, which makes him a good husband because he's been married for several years now. They just had their first beautiful baby, which I posted up. He's doing great. He's meeting business owners all over the place. He's being favored by God, but he has some things I want him to work on because I don't want him to go through the pressure and pains of life like his daddy did because he carries this name. Type of 400 if you understand what I'm saying here. It ain't easy coming in. You got people like this who comes in and attack you. And by the way, I do have cyber criminals who I never say anything to you guys. Yeah, we got cyber criminal. We've been cyber stalked all the time. Several times over the years, cyber stalk. And I never met these people. And when I find out who they are, I look in the system, see if they ever done business with us. Never did. Never did. So they don't even have a reason to say that I offended them. They never had one of our trading systems, nothing. They just attacked me. And me and Nancy are very private people. We don't have social media pages, nothing. What reason do these people have to attack you? Simply because you grew. You stepped out on faith and decided to do something with your life. And as a result, those who are angry with their own life, they come out and attack you. They don't have to know you. Until I started this business, I was a fan of reviews. But after I started this business, by the way, some of you guys don't even know, me and Donna, we keep a list called bad people who tried to scam us, get over on us. When we find out who they are, we got people who purchase my trading systems just to get access to you guys. That's been happening for years. We have a list of 92 people we kicked out the group. And some of them told me, I'm going to go out there and do reviews. And they did. That's what you've been reading. Somebody hit me up the other day. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't sign up with you because I read some reviews. Well, good. Thank you for not signing up. Because if my dedication of showing up in face-to-face with you every week, open to the public, anybody can come in whether you bought a system or not. If that's not good enough for you, then go ahead and trust the reviews. But you didn't realize it was from the scammers who got kicked out. They told me they was going to do it. They told me. I said, okay, well, do your best. Like the Bible says, be faithful in season and out of season. This is why I'm sensitive to what's happening to Bishop. I know the guy. And just because Diddy did something don't mean that he did it. He just did some interviews with Denzel Washington. So what if Denzel Washington was the person and he had pictures and they did interviews and did all kind of projects together with Denzel? So if Denzel do something, guess what? Because I'm took pictures with Denzel and now Denzel freaking out and doing some freaky stuff, all of a sudden because I took pictures with him, I'm blamed too. By association. Guilty by association, not by what I actually did. And this is what's happening to him and many other people. And then you're getting your feedback about them based off of somebody who just wants to start a YouTube channel and pull up all the dirt they can find on anybody, whether it's true or not. They don't really even care whether it's true or not. They only come out and report on people who have a name so that they can build their channel. And you believe them. You believe them. Notice they never do any videos about anybody who has no substance. Every video has to be about somebody who you know. So by being known, you become a target. And they don't even have to be legit. They just need the clicks in for you to hit the like button. Isn't that something? And they're destroying lives. So this person coming up in here, that's fine. If that's the best you want to do with your life, then so be it. I wouldn't be wasting my time. In fact, I have a meeting tomorrow with another huge Forex trader. Huge one. I have a meeting scheduled tomorrow. See, I just keep it going. I ain't got no time for this. I done hit double nickels. I'm too old for all that foolishness. If this was a blessing, I know this wasn't what some of y'all came to this class for, but if this was helpful, please type a number 55 in the box. And now I'm closing class for today. I done went well over my time and Nancy's waiting for me. See, sometimes you need some coaching. By the way, look at this trade. See, I took it at 80 pips, but look at this. This thing hit even bigger. See, getting up the next day and just coming back and doing your job. See, look at how big it, see, just come back to the next day and do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Little hit right here. Then I was right. And boom, there you go. See, come back and do your job. That's all you got to do. Do your job. Do your job. Come back and be consistent every week. So again, guys, I don't got time for that foolish. I love y'all. Nobody's paying me for these classes. I've never received a penny for these classes. Anybody who ever bought a trading system from me, you never paid for me to come to my class. I've always been open and very clear with what I'm doing. When people called me names, whether they like me and then next day didn't like me, tried to say, oh, I'm with you. And then they tried to steal my stuff and I still keep coming back. It's simply because out of love, I just want to be here to help people. I'm not a GOAT. I'm not a guru. I'm just sharing what I've learned so far with you to help your journey be a little bit easier. So if somebody want to waste their time coming in here, okay, you just wasted your day. You still going to end up being broke the same day because you didn't come in here with good intentions to say, well, how can I repeat what he's doing? No, you come in here trying to destroy what I'm trying to do to help others. God ain't going to bless you. God don't bless haters. Everybody understand what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to get out of here. Adam, save your question for next time because Nancy's out there waiting on me. I got to get out of here. And I went well over my time. But go real quick, Adam. You're the last person. Raise your hand. What's your question for me real quick, please? Go ahead and unmute, sir. Okay. Well, all right. I got to head out, you guys. All right, you guys. So again, if you want to participate, we'll open up some more slots today, 25 more people. Send an email to supereasysimplicity@gmail.com. Include your name, MT4, MT5, broker account number, or account numbers, because you can have up to 2 accounts, and a valid email address. Send it from a valid email address and just let us know whether it's demo or live, and we'll follow up with you. And we'll be rocking and rolling this out for you guys on Monday. Okay, Monday we're rocking and rolling. All right. Outside of that, thank you, Donna, for coming, and thank you everybody for wishing Miss Jenny her birthday. And I'm trying to close the class. I don't even know where that thing is. Sorry, y'all. When I find it, oh, there we go. All right, cool.